Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Allie. Today's video started off as another weekly vlog. However, I talked way too long about the book because I loved it. Wait, you're not supposed to know that yet. And so I was just like, F it, just put this in a whole separate video. So today we are reading What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. This is a retelling of Edgar Allan Poe's story, The Fall of the House of Usher. So in this reading vlog, I do read the original story and then I read this. So that's what you're getting into. Also, I didn't really even explain what The Fall of the House of Usher is about. I just assumed that everyone knew just because it was like required reading for me in high school. So The Fall of the House of Usher is about an unnamed narrator who goes and visits his old schoolboy friend Roderick at Roderick's old manor. And it's like a really rundown place. There's lots of mushrooms everywhere. And it's just got this gloomy atmosphere. Roderick is going slowly insane. We're not sure why. And Roderick's sister, Madeline, is dying. She quickly dies after our narrator gets there. And yet there's still this creeping going around. These sounds that our narrator's hearing in the night. And Roderick is going even crazier. I'm not going to spoil it because the story's only 25 pages and I'm pretty sure you can find it free online. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. Also, I'm filming this part of the video on my new computer. Let me show you what I'm looking at. I've named her Velma. I'm so excited. She's like yellow and beautiful and sunny. I don't say it later because I just assume I was going to read the next book in the vlog, but thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one, even though you're about to watch the rest of the video, right? You're gonna keep watching? Okay, we are starting with What Moves the Dead. I forget which video I got this in the mail. I think it was my last vlog, but look at this beautiful edition. So beautiful. This is a fluid Technicolor reimagining of Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher that takes no prisoners. Oh shit, this is gonna require me to reread that story by Poe, which is not that long, so I can definitely do that. When Alex Easton, a retired soldier, receives word that their childhood friend Madeline Usher is dying, they race to the ancestral home of the Ushers in the remote countryside of Ruritania. What they find there is a nightmare of fungal growths and possessed wildlife surrounding a dark, pulsing lake. Madeline sleepwalks and speaks in strange voices at night, and her brother, Roderick, is consumed by a mysterious malady of the nerves. Aided by a redoubtable British mycologist, not sure what that is, and a baffled American doctor, Alex must unravel the secrets of the House of Usher before it consumes them all. Thoroughly creepy and utterly enjoyable. Okay, I got this anthology and retellings of Poe's works. Let me grab it. How beautiful is this? So let me find the original story. For those of you that are new to the channel, I like to read the first sentence of whatever I'm reading. So the first sentence of The Fall of the House of Usher by one Edgar Allan Poe is, oh my god, this is long. During the whole of a dull, dark, and soundless day in the autumn of the year, what year? When the clouds hung oppressively low in the heavens, I had been passing alone on horseback through a singularly dreary tract of country, and at length found myself, as the shades of the evening drew on, within view of the melancholy House of Usher. Wow. Okay, I just finished The Fall of the House of Usher, and my god, I forgot how wordy my boy Poe was. I think I read that in high school. I definitely knew the gist because I've read a few retellings since then. Obviously, that is such a iconic story, but honestly, reading it, Poe he's so wordy, and it's very clear that he is a poet, because, I don't know, just the way, it was really fun. I read it out loud, which sounds crazy, but I like to do that, especially with like older or even denser books, but especially ones that have a old-timey feel to it, because I feel like the writing back then, it was very lyrical and there's like a rhythm to it. But yeah, Poe loved a good comma. His sentences were like, and I, indeed I did this. And so he's very repetitive. He liked the word phantasmagoric. He used it like 4 times. And it was funny too, because he was like, I could not say, I did not have the words for, or something like that. And then he proceeded to have several words for.
That Poe was downright funnelicious.
He was a troubled man. He enjoyed a little bit too much of the
So what I'm hoping from this retelling, I've never read a T. Kingfisher book. This is only like 150 something pages. It's longer than the original Poe story. Poe really talked about the house itself as if it was kind of like this breathing, living thing. And I hope we get a little bit more of that. And I hope it's a little creepier, because there's a little creepiness in that original story, but I don't know. So I'm gonna get started. The first sentence, let's read it. Oh God, I can't stop looking at this. Chapter 1. The mushroom's gills were the deep red color of severed muscle, the almost violet shade that contrasts so dreadfully with the pale pink of viscera. Ooh. Yeah, I definitely noticed in Poe's description of the House of Usher that there was a lot of like fungi. So that makes me so excited, just because look at this cover. Okay, so I'm on page 55, about a third of the way through. So far, it is very similar in description, like of the house and of the lake. What do they call it? A tard? No, not a tard. A tarn. I've never heard of that. But there are quite a few differences. So there are a few more characters, and so far I really like our narrator. Lieutenant Alex Easton is our narrator, and they come from a place called Galatia, which is supposed to be smaller than Moldavia. In this place, they have a lot more pronouns than we do. And so like young people are not given a he or she kind of pronoun, and then we get all the pronouns, whatever. So it's like this made up language that I didn't remember. But when kids are younger, they aren't called like a he or she. It's actually kind of perverted if you call them that. It's really weird. But then also they have pronouns for soldiers. So our main character, Alex Easton, is a soldier, and they go by va or van. No, their pronouns are ka or kan. I'm sorry. I'm gonna call them they, them. So I like that our narrator is getting a little bit more of a backstory than in obviously the very short Edgar Allan Poe story. But also our narrator's kind of funny. They're not superstitious at all, but they are so creeped out by this House of Usher. And in this ideation of the book, is that the right use of that word? Madeline Usher is the one who contacts our narrator. So far, I really like how this story is being told. It is creepy. Like there are these hares, rabbits obviously, that are really still and they watch you, I guess near the house. They're different than the rabbits around the village, and there's like this superstition that if you kill them, a witch will come after you or something like that. But also there's these mushrooms all about the house and mostly towards the house, and they smell like rotten milk or something. So the unsettledness is already happening, and nothing has really happened from the original story. Our narrator just heard some creeping around the house for the first time just now, and it was creepy. So I'm excited. I feel like in my preference of reading, this is more compelling than Edgar Allan's original story, just because this is giving us so much description without being so wordy, and it's like drawing me in a very modern kind of way. Don't get me wrong, I love Poe, but this is more fun to read. Okay, wait, also our main character, Alex Easton, they have a horse named Hob, and Hob is very funny. He's kind of like the horse in Tangled. These are reminding me of the horse in Tangled. So that's fun. Okay, I'm so stupid. I thought hares and rabbits were the same thing, but our main character is teaching the American right now the differences. They say, Christ save me from Americans. So I Googled it, and wow, hares are actually kind of creepy. Okay, so this is a hare, and this is a rabbit, and I think it's the eyes. Like the eyes almost look human, or they look like they're looking right at you. Kind of creepy. Guys, I'm on page 138, and this is actually kind of scary. Okay, I finished, and I freaking loved it. I feel like I gotta give this 5 stars. I've been giving 5 stars left and right lately. This is definitely based on The Fall of the House of Usher, but it takes a totally different turn, and it's actually kind of more science fiction than I thought it was. And wow, 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 wow. I feel like this was such a good book because it takes a lot of my boxes off. First of all, it was kind of creepy. I wasn't expecting it to be that creepy because The Fall of the House of Usher, although like a traditional kind of creepiness, it didn't get me scared. This kind of made me a little scared at one point. But also the characters were so lovable, and in only 160 pages, that's pretty impressive. Also, it was conceptually so interesting. Like, wow. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's crazy shit happening in this book. It's crazy. Also, there's an author's note. I absolutely love author's notes. And so Team Kingfisher is talking about how she had this concept after rereading The Fall of the House of Usher, and she wanted to expand the story. but then the character of Alex really kind of blossomed, and that was probably my favorite thing in here, was that Alex and Alex's story as a soldier, but also just how funny they were. But I guess T. Kingfisher read Mexican Gothic by Silvia Marina Garcia, and she was literally like, I could never write something that good, and she put this story away, and then she finally got up the nerve to finish it. So now I have to read that book. But yes, pleasantly, not surprised, because I thought I would love this just because how beautifully creepy it is. But I'm surprised that it's 5 stars. I thought maybe it'd be like a 4, 4.5, 5 freaking stars. This is my first T. Kingfisher book, so I'll definitely be checking out her other books.